Hey everyone, welcome to my Deep Stone Crypt guide series. My name is Mactics and I'm here to teach you all about the crypt. I also do Sherpa runs of the raid on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Mactics, so feel free to stop by at any time to see the raid run live or to try and win a raffle to come run the raid with us yourself. Alright, let's talk about the second encounter, Atraks-1. The objective of this encounter is to simply kill Atraks-1. The encounter is split into two locations, Europa, where you start the fight, and the Morning Star space station. The only way to travel between these two zones is to use the launch pods located at the back of the Europa area relative to where you spawn in. While on the space station, you can also use the pods to travel back down to the Europa zone. For the purposes of this guide, we will call Europa bot and the space location top. The encounter starts with Atraks splitting up into 8 clones, 4 on the bottom and 4 on the top. You will begin by clearing adds on the bottom floor until 3 servitors spawn. Along with the servitors will come a Vandal with the Operator Augment. Kill the Vandal and have a designated player pick up the Operator Augment and take a launch pod up to the top. Along with that player will go 3 others taking the remaining 3 launch pods. Once those players reach the top and all servitors on the bottom have been killed, adds and servitors will begin spawning on the top, along with a Vandal carrying the Scanner Augment. Kill the Vandal and have a designated player pick up the Scanner Augment. This player will be the top scanner. While this is occurring, the other 2 players will simply survive on the bottom. Once all of the servitors are dead, the top clones will begin their wipe sequence. To interrupt the wipe sequence, you must stun the correct clone out of the 4. The correct clone will identify itself by glowing yellow from the perspective of the player with the Scanner Augment once the wipe move begins. The scanner player will call out which clone they need to stun and all players will damage it. The damage you do to stun is how you DPS the boss for the bulk of this encounter, so make sure you coordinate your damage and hit him as hard as you can. After stunning a clone, it will drop a purple ball that can be picked up by any player called a replication orb. This replication orb has a 45-second timer, after which it will kill whichever player is holding it and spawn a clone that will instantly wipe the encounter. The only way to remove this orb from a player is to shoot the purple ball above their head while you're in possession of the Operator Augment. Shooting the orb off of a player resets the 45-second timer as well. These replication orbs must be ejected out into space on the top floor. To do so, the operator must instruct the player holding the replication orb to go to one of the 4 doors on the top floor. The operator then must shoot the keypad to open the door and have the player holding the replication orb enter the airlock. Once the player holding the replication orb is in the airlock, the operator will shoot the purple ball above their head, knocking the replication orb off of their body. The former replication orb holder can then exit the airlock and the orb will get ejected into space. All while this is happening, any players who did not pick up the replication orb and are not responsible for using any of the augments on the top floor should take the launch pods down to the bottom floor for extra DPS, as the next clone that needs to be stunned will be down on the bottom floor. Additionally, the player with the scanner augment on top should deposit it into the augmentation terminal so that the designated scanner on the bottom player can pick it up and identify which clone on the bottom must be damaged to stop the wipe move. Just like on top, the bottom scanner will call out which clone they need to stun. The team will stun it and then pick up the replication orb. Once picked up, any players who are not responsible for augments on the bottom should go up to the top to assist with DPS on the next clone on the top floor, and the scanner on bottom should deposit their augment into the terminal so that the top scanner can grab it. It is also worth noting that as far as the timing lines up, the 3rd clone will be stunned by the time the player holding the 2nd replication orb arrives upstairs. As such, these players can eject their clones out of the same airlock at the same time. These phases continue until you reach final stand. A phase consists of 6 servitors, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom in the ad clearing phase, as well as 4 total clone stuns, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, alternating back and forth, starting on top. Once you reach final stand, all of the clones on the bottom will teleport up to the top. Additionally, all players should take launch pods up to the top. You will have to have the operator shoot the keypads by the launch pods on the top floor to send some down at some point during the encounter so that the other 2 players on the bottom have a way upstairs when it comes time for this. It is better to do this earlier rather than later, for example, immediately once the operator gets to the top floor for the first time. Final stand is simply a DPS check. All 8 of the clones will initiate their wipe move, and 1 will be glowing yellow. You will stun this clone while doing as much damage as possible. After stopping that wipe sequence, 2 of the 8 clones will go yellow, and then 3, and then 4, and so on until your team is wiped. Damage is key here. With good coordination, you can do enough damage on the first clone you stun to safely beat the encounter. Thank you for watching this guide. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you would consider leaving a like on the video, and even subscribing to the channel if you want to see more content like this. If you have any questions about the guide, or anything Destiny related at all, feel free to stop by my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Mactics and ask me live. If I'm not live, you can also join my Discord server linked in the description below and ask me there. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.